The rain hammered the hospital windows when Captain Daniel Mercer pushed through the emergency department doors, still wearing his black tactical uniform, boots soaked, face carved by exhaustion. He had flown home 12 hours earlier after a classified mission overseas, expecting to find his newborn daughter in the maternity ward. Instead, a nurse stopped him before he reached the elevator. "Captain Mercer," Daniel turned sharply. "Where is my daughter?" The nurse swallowed. "Room 418. But you need to understand your wife's condition." "My wife is dead," Daniel said quietly. "I was told that on the phone. Just tell me where Lily is." The nurse pointed down the corridor. Daniel walked faster, heart pounding, until he reached the nursery window. Then he froze. His tiny daughter was not in an incubator. She was asleep in the arms of a nurse. The woman sat beneath the dim hallway light, gently rocking Lily against her chest. Her uniform looked old. Her badge read Mara Ellis. Daniel stared through the glass, confused by the tenderness in her face. Then Mara looked up. Their eyes met. She immediately stood. Daniel entered the room. "Why are you holding my daughter?" Mara carefully handed Lily toward him. "Because she wouldn't stop crying." "You're not assigned to her." "No, sir." "Then why were you here?" Mara hesitated. "Because someone needed to be." Daniel's expression hardened. "That is not an answer." Before Mara could respond, the charge nurse, Vanessa Cole, rushed inside. "Captain, I'm sorry. Mara is temporary staff. She was told not to touch the baby." Mara lowered her eyes. Daniel noticed the humiliation in her face. Vanessa continued, "She has a history of ignoring protocol." Daniel looked at Mara. "Is that true?" Mara nodded. "Sometimes protocol is wrong." Vanessa scoffed. "This is exactly the attitude I warned you about." Then Lily suddenly coughed. Mara moved instantly. "Give her to me." Daniel tightened his arms. "What? She's choking." Vanessa rolled her eyes. "Babies cough." Mara stepped closer. "Not like that." Daniel looked down. His daughter's lips were turning blue. Everything changed. Mara took Lily, placed her across her forearm, and performed a precise sequence of emergency maneuvers. Lily coughed once, then twice, and suddenly expelled a tiny piece of plastic. Daniel stared in disbelief. Vanessa whispered, "What did you just do?" Mara didn't answer. She checked Lily's breathing, then her pulse. Daniel's voice shook. "Where did that come from?" Mara looked toward the crib. "There." A broken clip lay beneath the blanket. Vanessa frowned. "That was inspected." Mara picked it up. "No, it was damaged." Daniel's military instincts activated. "Everyone out." Vanessa blinked. "Captain, this is a hospital." "I said everyone out." Mara studied him. "You think someone put it there?" "I think my daughter almost died." Minutes later, security arrived. The nursery was sealed. But then another alarm screamed. "Code blue, intensive care." Daniel ran toward it. Mara followed. Inside, an elderly trauma surgeon had collapsed beside a patient. Nurses shouted. Monitors flashed. Vanessa froze. Mara stepped forward. "Clear the room." Nobody moved. "I said clear it." Her voice was suddenly commanding, sharp enough to cut through panic. Daniel stared. Mara checked the surgeon, then the patient. Both are reacting to the same toxin. A doctor snapped, "You're a nurse. Stay out of this." Mara pointed toward the ventilation panel. "Then explain why the air monitor is reading cyanide." Silence. Daniel immediately understood. "Mask up." The team moved. Mara guided them through evacuation while identifying the contaminated zone. She recognized symptoms no one else had noticed. After the room was secured, Daniel confronted her. "Who are you?" Mara looked at him for a long moment. "I was a combat medic." Vanessa laughed nervously. She never told anyone that. "I was more than a medic," Mara said. She reached beneath her collar and revealed a faded tattoo, a black falcon surrounded by 3 stars. Daniel's face changed. "That unit was Special Operations Medical Command." Mara nodded. "I led the extraction team." Daniel stared at her. "You're Mara Ellis." Her eyes filled with pain. Yes. He had heard the name. 3 years earlier, a classified rescue had saved 12 soldiers after an ambush. The commander credited with the rescue had supposedly died afterward. Daniel whispered, "You were reported killed. They needed me to stay dead." Before he could ask why, security rushed in. "Captain, we found footage." A technician displayed the nursery camera. The video showed Vanessa entering the nursery alone. Daniel looked at her. Vanessa stepped backward. "You don't understand." Mara moved between Vanessa and Lily. "You damaged the crib clip." Vanessa's face collapsed. "I was paid." "By whom?" Vanessa started crying. Someone inside the military wanted Captain Mercer distracted. Daniel's blood ran cold. His mission overseas suddenly made sense. The classified operation had not failed because of enemy intelligence. Someone had leaked his team's location, and now someone was trying to finish the job through his daughter. A gunshot shattered the hallway. Security ducked. Daniel pulled Lily behind cover while Mara moved toward the sound. She found an armed man near the stairwell. He raised his weapon. Mara reacted faster. She disarmed him, slammed him against the wall, and held him there until security arrived. Daniel stared at her with something beyond gratitude. You saved my daughter twice. Mara looked toward Lily. She saved me too. Daniel frowned. Mara explained that years earlier, during the mission everyone thought had killed her, she had discovered she was pregnant. She disappeared to protect her child, but complications forced her to surrender Lily temporarily to Daniel's family. Daniel's eyes widened. Lily is your daughter. Mara nodded. No, she is ours. Daniel could barely breathe. The paperwork revealed the truth. His late wife had been Mara's closest friend. Before dying, she had secretly arranged for Mara to return when Lily was born. Daniel looked at the sleeping baby, then at the woman he had judged as an ordinary nurse. He whispered, "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I wanted to know whether you would protect Lily because she was your duty, or because she was your heart." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. "I would have protected her either way." Mara smiled through her tears. "I know." The weeks later, Daniel returned to the hospital with Lily in his arms. He found Mara preparing to leave. He stopped her. "You're not temporary staff anymore." Mara raised an eyebrow. "What am I?" Daniel looked at Lily, then smiled. "Family." Mara took the baby. Lily opened her eyes and wrapped one tiny hand around her finger. For the first time in years, Mara stopped looking over her shoulder, and Captain Daniel Mercer finally understood that courage did not always arrive wearing medals, carrying weapons, or giving orders. Sometimes it arrived quietly, in a tired nurse's uniform, holding a crying baby when nobody else knew what to do. And when Daniel later asked Mara what she wanted most, she looked at Lily and answered, "A home where nobody has to disappear to keep the people they love safe." Daniel reached for her hand. "Then let's build one. Together, forever." If this story touched your heart, subscribe for more unforgettable stories of courage, sacrifice, and second chances.